All right, today we are pulling back the curtain on two pieces of tech that are, quite literally, running the internet. They're the invisible heroes that make everything feel instant and safe, and you probably use them dozens of times a day without even realizing it. So let's dive in.
I mean, really think about it for a second. How is it possible that a brand new movie streams flawlessly on Netflix, whether you're watching in New York or Singapore? Or how does your bank's website handle thousands of logins a minute without crashing and while keeping everything locked down? Well, it's not magic. It's actually a brilliant team-up of two incredibly powerful tools.
To make this super easy to understand, let's imagine them as two distinct characters. First, you've got the global distributor. This character is all about speed, all about getting things to you in the blink of an eye, no matter where you are. And then you have the gateway guardian, a watchful protector who stands at the front gate, deciding who gets in and where they're allowed to go. So let's meet our first character, the global distributor. This is our CDN. Its entire reason for existing is to make distance irrelevant. Because you see, in the online world, distance creates delay, what we call latency. And a CDN's whole job is to make that delay just disappear.
So, what is a CDN? It stands for Content Delivery Network, and it's basically this massive worldwide web of servers. Think of companies like Akamai or Cloudflare. What they do is they take a website's heavy files, the big stuff like images, videos, and code, and they store copies or a cache of them on servers all over the planet. So instead of you having to grab a video from a single server maybe halfway across the world, you get it from one that's practically in your own backyard.
And the way it works is actually pretty simple. When you click on something, your request shoots off to the closest CDN server. If that server has the file you're looking for, we call that a cache hit. Boom, you get it instantly. If it doesn't have it, that's a cache miss, no problem. The CDN server just quickly goes to the main website, grabs the file, saves a copy for the next person who asks, and then sends it right over to you.
So what kind of stuff do CDNs love to cache? Well, mostly the static content. That's the stuff on a website that doesn't change very often for each visitor. We're talking about all the visuals, the images, the videos, the CSS files that make a site look pretty, and the JavaScript files that make it interactive. These are the perfect things to distribute all over the world because they're the same for everyone.
Okay, time to meet our second character, the Reverse Proxy, our gateway guardian. Now, if the CDN is all about spreading content far and wide for speed, the Reverse Proxy is the complete opposite. It's all about managing and protecting a single critical entry point, the gateway to a company's actual servers.
So, unlike a CDN with its thousands of servers, a reverse proxy is usually a single, powerful server. Think of software like NGIX. It's like a really smart, really tough bouncer at an exclusive club. Every single request that comes from the internet has to get past this bouncer first. It acts as a shield, standing between the Wild West of the internet and a company's valuable private servers. And this Guardian has some serious superpowers. It can do what's called load balancing. If there's a flood of traffic, it spreads the requests out across multiple servers so nothing gets overwhelmed. It handles all the complex security stuff like SSL encryption, acting as a firewall, and protecting against attacks. And maybe one of its most important jobs is that it completely hides the true identity of the servers behind it, keeping them safe and sound.
But here's where it gets really clever: intelligent routing. Okay, imagine you're on Amazon. When you're just browsing for products, the reverse proxy sends your requests to the servers that handle the product catalog. But the second you click checkout, it smartly and seamlessly redirects you to a totally different, ultra-secure set of servers that handle payments. It's basically a traffic cop for your data, making sure everything goes to the right place.
Okay, so we've met our distributor and our guardian. They definitely sound different, but you might be wondering, okay, where exactly does one end and the other begin? Let's put them head-to-head to make the differences crystal clear.
Let's just break this down. For primary purpose, it's simple. CDNs are built for speed. Reverse proxies are built for protection and management. What about location? CDNs are everywhere, all over the globe. A reverse proxy is centralized, sitting right at the front door of the servers. And here it is, the absolute key difference. CDNs are masters of static content, the heavy lifting. Reverse proxies are designed for dynamic requests, all the things that make an app actually work, like logging in or making a purchase.
So when you look at that comparison, it kind of feels like a rivalry, right? You've got speed versus security. It seems like a company would have to make a choice. Do we get our stuff out to people really fast, or do we keep our home base super secure?
So is that really the choice? Do you have to pick between the global distributor and the gateway guardian? Is it an either-or situation? The answer is a huge, emphatic no. In fact, the real secret of the modern internet is that you don't choose at all. They aren't competitors. They are an incredible team. Using a CDN and a reverse proxy together isn't just a clever trick. It's the industry standard for building fast, secure, and massive-scale applications.
So here's how the dream team works. Your request first hits a service like Cloudflare, which acts as the CDN. If you're just asking for an image or a video, the CDN serves it to you instantly and the journey ends there. But if you're trying to do something complex, like log into your account, the CDN says, "Whoa, that's not for me," and passes that request on to the reverse proxy layer. The proxy then does its job, securely routing you to the right server to handle your login. You get the best of both worlds, incredible speed and rock-solid security.
All right, let's wrap this up and make sure it sticks. Here is the final takeaway. Think of this as your cheat sheet for always remembering the difference between these two powerful tools.
So, in a nutshell, a CDN is all about optimizing static files by putting them everywhere around the globe. A reverse proxy is about optimizing dynamic requests by being a smart guardian at the front door. One is distributed, the other is centralized. If you only remember one thing, make it this. CDN equals global speed. Reverse proxy equals central security and smarts.
And there you have it. You're now in on the secret behind how the modern web feels so fast and so safe. The next time you're streaming a movie or checking your bank balance, just take a second to think about that powerful, invisible alliance, the global distributor and the gateway guardian, working in perfect harmony to make it all happen. Makes you wonder, what other hidden tech is powering your day?